Hi, I'm Paul Crabtree, and I'm here to give another class as far as what goes on in the woodworking or the wood turning community here. In turning a lot of bowls, utilitarian type pieces, whatever they might be, spoons or forks or utensil holders, cutting boards, whatever you might make that goes into the kitchen and needs some type of finish on it. That's what I'm here about right now. I do a lot of bowls, mainly for demonstration purposes in my business, but you know, bowls are ever so popular. So I do a lot of bowls. I also do all kinds of different wine glasses and champagne glasses here. I do vases also that I really can't use polyurethane on, so I use filtered walnut oil. Now, filtered walnut oil took me a long time to come around to because it's just not that prevalent out there in the field. And so I just kind of come across it, a process of elimination. I've been using it now for probably about 2.5 years, and the reason why I've stuck with it is because it brings out the color of the wood better than other things, and it also dries very hard. I used distilled walnut oil before I come across just the filtered, and that worked well, but it doesn't work quite as good as filtered walnut oil. It doesn't bring out the color quite so much, and it does not harden quite as much as the regular filtered walnut oil. So anyway, I have here some vases that I use filtered walnut oil on. Like this is Indian rosewood from Florida. It has some really heavy-duty resin in it, and if you put polyurethane on it, it'll turn to a goo. But putting the filtered walnut oil on it, it makes a nice finish. You can even polish it and put a dull satin finish on it, you might say, and it holds it. So it's good for that. The other thing is, of course, is bowls. This is a big leaf maple bowl, and it just I've got just 2 coats on this right now, and that's probably all I'll put on it, ready for use. Here's one, a very small bowl I just took off the lathe, and because I wanted to show you the effect that the filtered walnut oil has on a piece, in bringing out the color and just making it a pretty piece of wood. Whether I put this on the first coat or I take bowls out of the kitchen or whatever else I might take out of the kitchen to put a little more oil on, I do it with my hands, and that's just because I want to be able to feel any dry areas that might be there. That would be for bigger bowls and bigger pieces, of course. This little tiny guy here, he will be a nice M&M bowl or a nut bowl of some kind. But anyway, I put it on, I saturate it pretty good. And if I have multiple pieces going, I of course put them inside each other, and I'll let it sit for a while. The only thing about letting this oil sit too long is if you let it dry on the surface, it's going to be hard to get off. But you can just put some more on, and it'll you can rub it off then. It's good to let it sit, of course, to go over the dry spots and make sure everything is has a good penetration to it. But it's also very important to take this oil off before it does dry. And sooner than later is better, because it does make for a rough surface if it dries on there, because it turns hard. So you want to take it off as much as you can, wipe it off, and then like this one, I'll let it dry overnight and I'll put another coat on it and it'll be ready for service. You can find this on my website at toolsbycrabtree.com, and you look in the accessory section and you'll be able to read what it does there a little bit, and also do some ordering. You can also ask questions or make comments. Thank you.